Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Quest for Truth. I'm your host, Karina Pataki, and I'm so excited to have you guys here with us. I see that some of you already have jumped on. So, welcome to you guys. Welcome to all of you that are joining us live right now. When you hop in and hop on, please don't forget to like and share. Like and share. And for those of you that are going to be watching this at a later time, welcome to you as well. And also, if you are enjoying the content that we're bringing you on your quest for truth, please like and share and consider subscribing. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so thrilled because today we have with us a amazing, remarkable woman that has been working so hard and so diligent in the disclosure movement arena for so many years, and she has paid a great price to stand up for the truth that has been shown to her and to bring that truth to us, to humanity, to benefit all of us on an individual level, as a species, as a planet, and really as a solar system. So I would like to bring and introduce to all of you guys the amazing, remarkable Elena Danaan. Elena.
Hello, Corina. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to have you here with us, Elena. Um, Thank you for joining, all of you. And again, I would like to just give honor where honor is due. Elena Danaan is an emissary of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, and Elena is a dear friend of mine. And again, a voice of power, of truth, and of love. So, Elena, I'm so glad that you are here, and we are going to be discussing three very specific subjects that you have shared and you have talked about on your recent Star Nation news. And I believe that this one was at the beginning of January. And the subjects that we will be discussing, Elena, is Mars. Then we will be discussing Three Eye Atlas and also the Nordics. So I'm so excited to jump in these subjects. So, Elena, again, welcome and thank you for being here and joining.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and an honor.
So, because I'm really bad at remembering to talk about things that are coming up, I want to do it at the beginning. I told Elena, if I forget, please let me know. And Karen said, why don't you just do it at the beginning? So, you guys, I do want to share an amazing event that is coming up in Nashville. And I'm so honored to be able to host this incredible Nashville Disclosure Summit coming up in October 16th and 17th. And we're going to have some phenomenal leaders in the disclosure movement, one of which, of course, is Elena Danaan. We are going to have the incredible Tony Rodriguez. We're going to have Kathy O'Brien. Oh my gosh, we're going to have George H. Lewis. Then I'm going to have Marvin Atudore from all the way from Romania. He's going to be speaking on everything that's been discovered, or part of the things that have been discovered in Romania, the technology that is there, and why the Pentagon was spying or looking over Romania back in 2003. And we also have a friend of mine. He's a new one to this arena, to all of you guys, not new to the Christian arena, new to the disclosure arena, Jason Westerfield. And I'm really excited. So you guys, the tickets are available. Just consider coming. It's going to be a life-changing event where we are going to be discussing so many different subjects in the disclosure arena that is necessary for us, humanity, to awaken, because truth is the only thing that will set us free. So you're going to have the link there where you can purchase your tickets, and we're going to have a blast. So wanted to share that. Oh, yes. And then I'm excited to have an interview with Brad Olson. I got to meet Brad, in 2013, when I was a speaker at GSIC, and he's a remarkable man that has so much information, so many books, with so much disclosure that's happening, everything he's talking about. So I'm excited to have him for the first time and interview Brad. So join us for that. All right, Elena, let's hop back in and get on this incredible information that you are going to reveal today. Let me move my mic out of my hand. Um, Before we begin, however, I do want to say this. Elena, you've been talking about so many important things throughout the years. You have disclosed so much information about what is really going on, and you have written them in your books that have been written years ago. You have written them in articles. You have discussed them on your website, on your channel, on different conferences, and also in different interviews. And lo and behold, sometimes years and months after you've discussed these things, the space agencies have come out saying the exact same thing basically that you discovered, I mean, that you brought to the audience now. So much so that Dan Willis is an amazing man. He is, let's see, he was a secret military witness who testified in Washington, D.C. regarding the extraterrestrial presence. So Dan Willis actually has made a task of his, a love task, to take everything that you have said and write it down. And then he wrote down 30 different points that you have brought about, 30 different subjects that you've discussed that were actually corroborated by these agencies. And Elena, this is remarkable because I know, we hear a lot. There's a lot happening in the disclosure. A lot of people are talking about different things, which is fabulous. But I know that the ones that are listening are always saying, show me the proof. Show me the proof. Well, you have brought so much proof. And again, we're speaking about 30 specific, exact things that have been confirmed way after by these space agencies. And I think this is remarkable, absolutely remarkable. Do you want to speak on any of that, Elena?
Well, I am often given information about what's happening in the star system, for instance, earthquake on Mars, or Marsquakes, or poles of Neptune heating up, or discoveries about a new planet in Alpha Centauri, or different things. I'm given the information a few weeks before the discovery is made. So this is always incredible. NASA comes always afterwards with this information, and I'm just jumping like a little girl. Yes, yes. And another evidence, another evidence. The latest one was my trip to Mars. I went to Mars in October 2025, a few months ago, not that long ago, and I saw the real colors of Mars, and I was very surprised to see that, and I told it straight away in my Star Nation news videos, on an article on my website. I said, Mars is not the red planet we are shown. There's a lot of colors of blue and green, and it's incredible. And recently, like month after recently, in January, the European Space Agency, for instance, published a statement saying, oh, we have now to tell you that Mars is not the red planet we've shown you. There are a lot of blue and green, and they show actually a photo that described exactly what I spoke about. And all of this, as I said, as I explained, is due to terraforming of the planet.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I saw that article and it's very, very powerful again that things that you are talking about, Elena, things that you say and that you disclose, then these agencies are speaking about it. So again, you guys, there's so much proof for things that Elena has brought about and disclosed. So Elena, speaking about Mars terraforming, just for people that don't understand the word terraforming, what exactly does that mean?
It means taking a planet that has an issue, that has been very much altered or damaged, that the atmosphere is nearly gone, the life forms are surviving, and it is reviving the potential of the planet
Mhm.
to reconstruct its natural original biosphere. In the case of Mars, it is reforming the atmosphere, making the ground fertile again, balancing seasons again, etc. That the real inhabitants of Mars can come out of the undergrounds and live on the surface again.
Wow. So, what is the first thing that's being changed, Elena, on Mars right now, from what you've noticed in the process of terraforming? Is it the air? Is it the vegetation? Is it the atmosphere? What's the first one that you've noticed that is happening in the terraforming? And who's in charge of the terraforming?
Okay, the terraforming is performed by the Galactic Federation of Worlds to help the native Martians. And the Galactic Federation of Worlds has brought colonies of Alpha Centaurian people, Silusi mainly, but other star systems. You have Metoni, you have different ones, to Mars to build biodomes. They are all scientists and engineers, and they have started changing the air. First, you need to change the composition of the atmosphere using the perchlorates to create more microorganisms that are going to produce hydrogen and oxygen. And then you can treat the soil to allow life to strive again. But these operations of terraforming are performed to help to bring back Mars to the real Martians, because Mars has suffered a lot of damage through history.
Talk about the damage, Elena, because there is the ancient history of Mars that we don't know of. We've not been told that. We were taught a lot of lies. So, for people that don't know, talk about what happened to Mars, the ancient history. What is the ancient history of Mars?
Mars was a planet very much looking like Earth before. It was very much populated. There were a lot of colonies. Mars had more advanced civilizations
Okay.
compared to Earth. Mars had colonies from different species, different cultures. The first to develop on Mars were insectoids. And then some colonies of reptilians arrived, humanoid reptilians. They were refugees from, oh, that's a long story, but they were refugees from Earth. So we need to look a bit at the story of Earth before going to Mars.
Okay.
Earth was discovered first several hundreds of million years ago by reptilian people from the Alpha Draconis star system. It's not nice to hear, but that's what happened. They saw Earth that was in the process of forming, life was in development, and they decided to take it and make of it a planet fit for reptilians. So they terraformed it, but not in a good way, in a bad way, to change the environment, an environment that was pristine and perfect, but to change the atmosphere and make it a planet suitable for only mainly uh, reptilian species and whatever else can adapt to that. 65 million years ago, the planet was discovered by a second group of extraterrestrials from the Intergalactic Confederation, the Patal or Cedars. And they saw what was going on Earth, and they said that's not right. So they gave the reptilians ultimatum. They said, we are going to put back this planet as it was at the start to give chance to all life, and you have the choice to leave the planet or face consequences. So most of them left the planet. Some of them went underground. They're known nowadays as the Naga, mainly under Southeast Asia, but that's another story. So many colonies of Naga went to Mars, the closest habitable planet. That's how reptilians arrive on Mars. And they're there. They've been there for 65 million years. So they are local, they are considered like real Martians. That's how it works. It's their planet. 65 million years Imagine you, it's just your
Wow.
world. You
Yes.
became just entangled to it. And then colonies arrived from different other star systems. There were people who lived on the fifth planet that what is known as Maldek. It was called differently regarding the different cultures. We know it as Maldek on the fifth planet. The fifth planet had people living on it who were uh, a colony from another star system. I forget their name, but uh, they were the ancestors of the Sasquatch on Earth, or the Chewbacca's people. So the Chewbacca people, I like to call them like this.
Uh-huh.
When Maldek was began to be the center, the target of wars, migrated to Mars. So that's how you had colonies of these people on Mars. But it didn't last long because Maldek was destroyed in a war between the Nebu, the Orion Greys, and the Anachim. So these Chewbacca people and the Naga people, and some insectoids that are known as the ant people, left all Mars before the sorry, the shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Um, and they arrived on Earth, Terra, and they've been there since. The Naga joined the more ancient population of theirs underground. The Sasquatch are still there in the North American continent, and few are in Asia as well, and the Ant people as well underground. So all these people are refugees from Mars. M- Some of them have stayed on Mars, insectoids and reptilians, and they call themselves the Tiru because they call Mars Tir.
Hmm.
So the Tiru are very nice people, very nice people. Uh, I was described these people. I haven't met them yet, but I was described these people by Thoran, my contact in the Federation, as very wise um, beings living in communities, tribal communities underground, the Tiru reptilians. The insectoids are different. They are hive consciousnesses. They live in hives and they are very territorial. There's a beautiful testimony of a girl who was a super soldier to Mars. Um, what's her name? Rebecca Rose, I think. And she was taken and rescued by these reptilian Tiru, and it's a beautiful story. I have loved to hear because it confirmed who these people are, and all the other super soldiers who served on Mars for the dark factions, because the space programs were all performed by the U.S. Air Force, working with the Dark Fleet, and
Hmm.
they were killing these Tiru, insectoids, and reptilians. They were at war against them. So all the super soldiers, such as Tony Rodriguez,
Hmm.
um, who is to me the best the best testimony, and Niara Terela Aile as well. These three people that I named, I really trust their testimonies.
Yes.
And they were all hired by the bad guys to kill these reptilians and insectoids. So they always depicted that as their enemies, but they were not. And Tony explains that very well in his books, Ceres Colony Cavalier, where he is confronted with an insectoid on Mars, and there's a telepathic link that happens, and then So that's what Mars was in 2021 with this. Um, uh, I can continue the modern history of Mars if you want.
Yes, please. It's fascinating. Let me just say something before you continue. For all the idiots, or any of the few idiots, two, three of you that are in the chat that's here for other reasons, get the heck out. Um, it just shows how ignorant you are and what an idiot you are, and you're showing your true colors. So this is my platform. If you don't like the subject matter, don't let the door slam your ass. Get out. Because if not, you will be thrown out. So anyway, Elena, just some one or two idiots, just showing their colors.
Okay, I don't see the chat where
No, you don't need to. It's
just
just
in the
stupid. It's just,
StreamYard window. I don't see the chat,
yeah,
so
asking for
I
money.
won't
Just really idiotic idiots. So go ahead, Elena, because it's so fascinating. It's so important. What you're disclosing. And you guys, for you watching, you're wondering, why is this important? Well, it's important, you guys, because it's part of our solar system. It's part of our neighborhood. And we have been lied to, and we have been kept in an enclosure. We have been kept in a matrix of lies, control, manipulation, and fear. And we do not remember who we are. And as the age of apocalypse that we are in right now, which apocalypse is a Greek word for literally disclosure, this disclosure helps you realize that there's so much more to who you are. There's so much more to your history. There's so much more to your DNA, the DNA that you carry inside, that they said 90% of that is junk DNA. So, truth again shall set you free. And this is called the quest for truth. And what the beautiful disclosure that Elena's bringing and others like her is to help start trigger your memories, to help start trigger that memory and that potential that's inside of you, to where you realize who you are. And you're like, you know what? There is something more inside of me than what I've been told. I feel it, I sense it, and I'm ready to awaken to that reality. So when Elena talks about the history of Mars, the ancient history, and how it's connected to Earth, let me tell you, part of that is inside of you. It's inside. It's somehow woven inside your DNA. So, Elena, please continue. This is remarkable. This is fascinating, and it's so important, and it's so needed. Thank you for sharing it. So go ahead. Yes.
Well, I think this little break is significant when you are addressing these people. Wherever I go, I move with a cloud of these people. Why am I the most attacked person in disclosure? Because I have evidence.
Of course.
And what I say is not always in harmony with a lot of new age narratives. And because I bring these informations, I'm attacked. If I wasn't spot on, I wouldn't be attacked. Because I'm a trigger. I'm here to trigger, to shatter illusions, and to bring the truth.
Yeah.
And when people are triggered, it's good, because this resistance, it's because it's working. It is always an honor to be the trigger into somebody's life, because you know that a transformation is going to occur and you've helped it. So you've ignited the spark. So it's very good. I'm very happy with that.
It's awesome you're saying that really fast, because I know we have some Christians watching, and I welcome again. I see there's a lot more people that have joined in. Wow. Okay. 159. Thank you for joining us. And you guys, please like and share. Your likes, I don't really understand the algorithm, but I'm being told that if you like, then it does something to the algorithm and whatnot. So just please do that. But I want to say this, for the Christian audience that's watching, I know you've all remembered and you've heard that the saying that basically says, show me where you are attacked, because I can show you that is where your call is.
Yeah.
So basically, wherever you are attacked, that is where the bulk of your call is. So Elena, you're being attacked. And the stupid comments, they were like, show me the proof. It's like, well,
the proof. Oh, there's a link for that. 30 evidence.
Karen just put the link over there. But you're being attacked exactly because you are bringing truth. So again, if you did not bring truth, you guys, if there was not a call on your life, the dark forces would not try to take you out. Bottom line. So if you're going through attacks, if you're going through hard trials, if you're having a hard time, please know that the dark forces would not go after you if you are not bringing an impact to humanity. So push through that, like Elena's doing. She's a fabulous example of pushing through it. push through to that, and still walk your mandate with power, with truth, and with love. Do not let anything or anybody stop you from walking what you know you're supposed to do. Just like she's not. I want to encourage all of you watching, do not stop. No matter what, do not stop. The only power that they have over you is what you give them. That's the only power that the dark forces operating through people, operating through Tom, Dick, and Harry. The only power they have over you is what you give them. Just like Elena is not allowing it, just like I'm not allowing it, don't you allow it. Keep walking your truth. Go ahead, Elena.
Yes, it's very important what we said this break. Look, observe what has just happened. Some people triggered, expressed their trigger in your chat, and so you felt you had to talk about it and tell them off, and it generates this very positive discussion, conversation, and that is very helpful for people. So
Yes.
their trigger always helps humanity. That's how it works, and that's what I'm very proud of.
Yes,
So
you're right. You're so right, because that's what triggered it. And
yeah.
Elena, I'm going to address something else here because I see some, and then we're going to go back. But I feel like this is perfect because this is how Source wants it. And here we go. I see comments about money, money for webinars. Let me just say something here. It takes money and resources to put something together. So, for instance, when I've done conferences in the Christian arena, and I'm going to do this one in October, it is not cheap to run conferences. It is not cheap to do what we're doing. And for people that are making ridiculous comments, do you realize that it takes just to put a conference thousands of dollars? Yes, thousands of dollars. So again, you give out of the abundance of what you have, but you also have to remember that it costs money to put material out there. It does cost. It costs time. It costs money. So, and I'm not going to go into more of that to justify it. I just wanted to say this little point, just to shut these few mouths that were commenting. So anyway, Elena, just go on. Just go on.
Money is a tool that it's not the main medium. The medium is the flow, the energy flow, the gratitude in return. When you work hard and you offer something, if there isn't a flow back, the energy blocks, and that's, anyways, let's talk about Mars.
Yes. And let me say this. Basically, what we're talking about here is how much value do you see in something? Do you see value in purchasing a Starbucks coffee every morning, or once a week or twice a week? That's $10. That's awesome. If that's what you see, if that's the value that you see in the importance of you drinking that Starbucks coffee, that's bravo. That's phenomenal. But understand that we're talking about value here. When you go to school to get a degree, you trade what you have to trade in order to receive the benefit of that. So that's what basically is another side of what Elena was saying. And off this topic now, I just wanted to make sure that I deal with this. I just felt to address it, and I bless you guys. And now, Elena, let's go back.
Sorry, I just realized that the value of my webinars, where I spend 3 hours answering questions and a month preparing it, is the value of a Starbucks coffee. Just, oh my God.
That's why I felt to say it. Because I felt Karina talk about the
Starbucks
coffee. I'm like, okay, I will. I will. So yes, there you go. There you go, you guys. So how much is it worth to you for your spiritual growth, for your awakening? How much is it? What's the value of that? Because we're talking about trading. Everything is about trading, you guys. Everything. So the value that you see in something is what you want to trade in it, and is the benefit that you're going to get back. It's that energy, the currency flow. Elena, back to you.
Let's go back to Mars and leave stupid Earthlings where they are.
Comments, yes. Go ahead.
I see Earth regularly from space, and because that gives me perspective. So
Oh yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I wish everybody would see this planet from Earth, and they would see how humanity is just one and fragile on this beautiful, beautiful celestial body.
Yes. Well, yes.
Let's talk
Yes.
about
Let's go back.
celestial Mars.
Yes. Go for it.
So, thanks, Karen. Um, and Mars,
Yes.
2021. The Tiru reptilians and insectoids were living on the ground,
Mhm.
terrified of the occupants that were there from the late 40s, 1940s, that had started to arrive from Earth. The Dark Fleet, the Fourth Reich, with the Haunebu 2 spaceships. A lot crashed on Mars until one day they managed to get there. They had help from the Sikaar reptilian or Alpha Draconian to build a facility that was named later on Aries Prime.
Mhm. Mhm.
Aries Prime became a hub for the Dark Fleet. There were headquarters under a big dome with big holes, and then uh, tunnels going to different facilities, like a star underground, star shape. I have seen Aries Prime uh, from the top because it's half buried. You can see sometimes the domes cropping
Yes.
out, but it's very dusty. And so it you see the lights under it. It's very impressive. I haven't been in yet, but I've seen images from inside and transmissions. It's very
Mhm.
interesting. I have a friend who works there, Jenhan Eredion, Thorhan's younger brother, and he's a terraformer. So
Mhm.
he's describing to me a lot of things there. Anyways, Aries Prime was the hub for the Dark Fleet, allied with the secret space programs, mainly US Air Force, and they were all working together, just ruling over Mars and making from their headquarters to rule over the star system, Earth, where Earth had its hub in Antarctica. And I know that the excellent Brad Olson, specialist of Antarctica, is soon going to be interviewed for you and going to tell more about it. So I recommend everybody to watch this. Um, the Dark Fleet and US Navy had Aries Prime, and until one day in 2021, it was in April 6th, the first raids began from the Galactic Federation of Worlds.
Mhm.
They had decided to put an end to the Dark Fleet, and parallel operations were going on in Antarctica at the same time, as well as the underground clearings. So that 2001 was the year of the liberation of Earth and the star system. So by April 30th, 2021, um, things were starting to go very bad, and the Sikaar Reptilian Empire decide to sold to the Dark Fleet on Mars. They said, you got to fight back because we can't get through to you. The Federation is just blocking us from coming. So
Mhm.
you get to toughen up. And the Dark Fleet on Mars, they say, sorry, we can't. We're stuck, we've cut, and we cannot do anything anymore. On Antarctica is attacked. So it's going very bad here in the solar system. And the Sikaar said, well, we don't want to know about it, so we're not going to help you. So okay, good luck.
Mhm.
um at the same time, what was happening in 2021, so spring 2021, the Galactic Federation of Worlds was helping the Martian resistance. They did exactly what they did on Earth against the reptilians and the Grey from Orion. They did that on Mars. They trained the resistance. They gave them weapons. They helped them strengthening themselves. That they managed to fight back against the Dark Fleet. And there was another invader also on Mars that had bases. especially on the two satellites of Mars, Phobos and Deimos, the Orion Grays, the alliance of the six, uniting different gray cultures. And the Sika Empire was within them. And I brought with me my books. I've written everything in that book. We Will Never Let You Down, The Year of the Liberation of Earth.
Yes.
Um, I make little marks, try not to waste a lot of time. We have,
No, you're fine.
so that was, yes, that was, the pages are, I've worked so much with this book, and I think your books are the same. We work with it. So that was what I saw, the Federation providing weapons, that's my drawing, providing weapons to the reptilians on Mars, the resistance. That's the Tiru, how they look like. So they were doing that, and I have other pictures.
This is wonderful, Elena.
That's when the first raid went. I did this visuals. These are ships from the Dark Fleet.
Yes.
Modern ships for the Dark Fleet and ships from the Federation. So I saw an altercation above Mars, and that was very violent. So that was the first raid in April 6th. Here are the insectoids on Mars.
Yes.
Some of them. The famous ant people here. Okay. Reptilian Tiru.
Yes.
Etc. So in April 30th, the Dark Fleet is abandoned. The resistance is strengthened on Mars. And the other colonies on Mars that were there, they were also human colonies that were used as workforce. There was a lot of people from Earth who were living there under the dictature and enslavement of the Dark Fleet.
So the human colonies, Elena, that were living on Mars, were they were taken without their will, correct?
Without their will from Earth.
Okay.
And used as workforce on Mars.
Okay. Is this part of the secret space program that
partly,
yes.
Partly, but there were a lot of abductions, civilian abductions.
Yes.
To populate these workforce colonies.
Got it.
For the Dark Fleet.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I made note for not forgetting everything. So you had the Dark Fleet turn to their headquarters. The great headquarters of the Dark Fleet are still in the Aldebaran star system. So anything that comes from Aldebaran is really negative. The Aldebaran headquarters say to the Dark Fleet, it is in our policies to cut an infected limb. So you are losers. You're not part of us anymore. They are very strict. That's how they are. And the Dark Fleet also had ties with Altair star system and Alcyone. So anything coming also from Alcyone or Altair have always been negative. Things have been changing lately, but at the time it was. In May, things start to get better for the human colonies. They are liberated and evacuated first on spaceships, and some of them are brought back to Earth, but they are retrained to the life on Earth and anonymously reinserted into society, but most of them go towards other colonies because in other star systems. Because the thing is, these people on Mars had been there for a few generations, and they've been told that Earth was destroyed, there's nobody on Earth. You can't see Earth from Mars. Can you see Mars from Earth? You see one shiny dot. It was the same. You can't know anything, what's going on. So they also used to live on Mars, and for generations, they've adapted to the lower pressure conditions of Mars, the lower gravity. So their bone structure is not able to live on Mars again, unless you are modified and retrained, and then you can go back to Earth. So as I was saying,
Mm.
There were so few people who decided to go through this medical change and to go back to Earth. They all went to other colonies where the atmospheric pressure and gravity corresponded to their physiognomy.
Yeah.
Um, here we go. We had also the Greys. So what became of the Greys on Mars? They had two camps on Mars, main camps on Phobos and Deimos, the two satellites. On Phobos, it was the Zeta Reticuli base that was treating abductees from Earth, that the Greys were abducting and dispatching them either to the Mars workforce colonies. They were trading, okay, they were
Mhm.
trading all these slaves, and or to other star systems, putting them into the galactic slave trade. That was on Phobos. And on Deimos, there was another base that was basically doing the same, underground in the rock. This base was also grays, tall grays, these ones from the Andromeda galaxy, Mitra. The Mitra are very known as um, very aggressive, despicable tall grays. They have a very hateful um, head, and they are interdimensional, and they're really a pest.
Mhm.
They worked in Area 51 as well,
Okay.
etc.
Hmm.
So these two satellites were also liberated by the Federation. All of this happened in May 2021.
Wow.
In June, in June 2021, I received a message. Uh, I was seeing on my YouTube channel a guy. He said, "Oh, I'm working, commenting. I'm working at McMurdo. Listen to this story quickly. I'm working at McMurdo, and I'm the postman there. I can say it now." And I was like, "Wow, you live there in Antarctica? You work there?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." His name was Frank, and that was it. And in June, he sent me an email. He said, "Elena, things are weird here." June 2021. He said, recently we've seen boats arriving with American soldiers like G.I. Joes
Mm.
and all going to the South Pole. And McMurdo is a transit port, harbor for anybody who comes in and out of Antarctica. And w- we knew that the Fourth Reich Nazis were in the new Neuschwabenland,
Yes.
and also had a camp, the base 211, or I don't know, I don't, 112, I don't remember the
Mhm.
name exact. Brad will tell you,
Yes.
in the South Pole. And there was also an interdimensional portal there.
Oh wow.
And Frank told me, "Oh, all these American soldiers are going to the South Pole." I said, "Oh my gosh, there's an operation going on. That was weird." And I asked Thorhan, and he said, "Yes, the Earth Alliance is liberating Antarctica from the Dark Fleet, cleaning everything and reclaiming the South Pole with the portal." And I went, "Wow, it's incredible." Um, a few weeks later, Frank sent me another email, and he says, it's all in there. He says, "Oh, it's getting weirder. There is an exodus of German speaking people,
Wow.
families. They come from the South Pole, and they're all transiting. But at McMurdo, they are here at the moment, and they're very uncommunicative, and they stay in their corner. There are so many people, all German speaking, like civilians, with children and women, and I said, "Oh my gosh, what are they doing?" And he said, "I think they're waiting to leave, evacuate Antarctica, and
Wow.
they're waiting for a boat, for boats, evacuation boats." And I said, um, "By any chance, do you know where these boats are meant to bring them?" He said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, of course, they're at Argentina."
Huh. Huh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Huh.
Oh my gosh. The we know.
Yeah,
Bravo Terrible in Argentina.
yeah,
Yeah, the Nazi stronghold. And
yeah, very
anyway.
strong. Yeah. Wow.
So, and then, you know, I am not going to go very in detail on the stories, but shortly after, Frank was taken out
Oh no.
because he gave this information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Wow.
so let's go back to Mars.
Yes.
Uh, in July 5, because we were in June, so in
Yes.
July, a month
July.
later, July 5, I had a message that the war was won on Mars. Mars was liberated. So what happened in July 5th and the whole month? Aries Prime was taken back by the Earth, by the Galactic Federation of Worlds and the Earth Alliance that was helping. And the station Aries Prime was evacuated by all the bad people. Those who want to stay and fight face consequences. But there was a huge war in Aries Prime, and Aries Prime was the last bastion to be liberated. It was given back to the Tiru. Thorhan told me, so we are evacuating all the civilians. And we are going to do something that is very symbolical and very important for the people of Mars, the real Martians, the
Yeah.
Tiru. We are evacuating Aries Prime, and we are opening the doors to the Tiru, reptilians and insectoids, because they need to rush in. They may destroy a lot of things, but they need to do that to symbolically
Yeah.
make this of their victory.
Yes.
So, but anybody needs to really go away, evacuate, because that was going to be violent. So they evacuated everybody, and the Tiru rushed in the place. I can't tell you the chaos it was and the euphoria. Euphoria. Aries Prime has been for decades for these people the sign of evil, the
Yes.
heart of evil, and they were taking back the place and it was theirs. So once the madness had calmed down, the Tiru representatives had a meeting on Ganymede, which is a hub for diplomatic meeting, with
Mm-hmm.
the Galactic Federation of Worlds and the Intergalactic Confederation. A bit later, that was in October 2021, to guide them and give them assistance to retake their planet without chaos, with organization. So that happened. They were really helped. And in the following year, in March 2022, a few months later, the Galactic Federation of Worlds offered assistance to re-terraform Mars. And that is when colonies from Alpha Centauri arrived and settled on Mars to work with the Tiru and with the Earth Alliance scientists who were there conjointly to work with them. So there's a few domed biodomes there, which are Alpha Centaurians. My friend Jenhan has worked with them for a while, and then he was transferred to Aries Prime. Aries Prime is more occupied by the Earth Alliance for the moment. And of course, the Tiru are everywhere. They are part of
Yes.
everything. It's their planet. We are just assisting them. And then when everything is perfect, we go away,
Yes.
you know. So that's great. And then shortly after, there's been the Jupiter agreements in July 14. So that's the story, the history of Mars.
Oh, that's remarkable. Elena, um, share with the viewers, because what you saw when you went over Mars, like you said at the beginning, it was not this red planet that we've been shown, but it was, you saw colors blue and green. So tell our viewers, and then of course the European Space Program released the pictures from NASA, and validated what you had said before they actually said it. So again, proof 30. So what is it? What was it that you saw that was the green and the blue?
Okay.
That's is that part of the terraforming?
Yes, it's part of the terraforming, of course, and it's patches of grass
Yes.
and water.
Wow.
Yes. And when I've been on Mars once, but I'm Earth civilian. I'm in an Earthling body, and I'm a civilian emissary.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm not a military. I'm not part of the military Earth Alliance, so I do not have clearance to go
Mm,
on Mars,
mm.
like on the moon. Everywhere the Earth Alliance is, I do not have clearance. But I can pass for an extraterrestrial sometimes. So that's the fun.
I like that.
Other stories. So I've been on Mars uh, in October the last year to meet my friend Jenhan and pick him up
Yes.
to go and see 3A Atlas, another story.
Yes.
And that's when I saw the true colors of Mars that had changed. And I went, wow. Because Mars was the red planet until very recently,
Mm-hmm.
until 2021, and then to 22 even. And then it started to change. So that's when the new colors appeared.
It's remarkable.
And
So
I was always listening to these stories of super soldiers breathing on Mars. And I went, you can't breathe. We're
yeah,
told that.
right.
So I was anyways put something to apparatus on my face to breathe, but I had no spacesuit.
Really?
And I say, isn't it going to be cold?
Yeah.
And yeah, my pilot,
Yes.
the the person who brought me there,
Yeah.
told me that Mars is not as cold as you think. We are going to land near the equator anyway, in the northern hemisphere near to the equator, and you'll be surprised with the temperatures. It's just the atmospheric pressure is different, but you'll be fine. The shuttle landed near the house of my friend, and we just had a little run for a minute
Mm-hmm.
to his house. So it was not even a minute. We ran very fast.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, effectively, it wasn't that cold. It was like a cold winter in Europe.
Oh, wow.
Uh, I mean, you put a coat and a hat and you'll be fine, you know. But we were near the equator, and yeah, to me it gets even warmer to 30 Celsius in summer. So I went, really? You can be in t-shirt
Wow.
there?
Wow. So this is all part of the terraforming that's been
Yes,
done.
yes,
Wow.
yes, yes.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And
Wow.
so, well, it was already a little bit like this, but it's really getting warmer, because the atmosphere is thickening.
Yes.
That's why. So we run, but the pressure and the gravity, they are different. Still, the gravity, you won't be able to change it.
Right.
So we ran, but I was jumping like jumps, like woo! I was like, wow! And I was so excited. And what I saw from Mars is just dust and more dust and a
Uh-huh.
bit of ground and the house of my friend. So I went on Mars, but that was 1 minute in, 1 minute out. We spent a bit of
Okay.
time in the house, but I couldn't describe. But I was surprised. I was saying that because I was surprised that temperatures are okay, you know.
Wow.
And in a while, you'll be able to breathe normally. You know, that's going to be
That's just
amazing.
incredible. It's so incredible.
And Jen Han told me that they are preparing the terraforming the Mars for the new Terran Earth colonies that are meant to arrive in 2027. But it's always delayed. They can
Yes.
never bring a date for sure, because on Earth it's such chaotic all the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
So Janan was saying to me the biodomes and facilities are getting ready for welcoming colonies from Earth, and that is the SpaceX
That
colony.
okay. Okay.
Elon Musk has had delays, so it won't be in 2027, 2027, to be a little bit later, but it's in the process, So it's not going easy peasy on Earth. It's not like smooth walk in the park, It's very difficult. The deep state is really fighting back, trying to stop everything, But
Yeah.
we're getting there.
Yeah, slowly but surely. Um, Elena, since before we move on from the Mars discussion to the next two topics, um, I wanted to ask you about these government programs, or if they are government programs, because I've been hearing about it from different people that were in the secret space program, from their memories that they've had. So, is there a Mars Colony Corporation or an interplanetary corporate conglomerate? Is there anything like that, and what is it, if there is?
I was told no, but not as named as this.
Hmm.
But I was explained that the Dark Fleet was running a trade. They were themselves a corporate,
Hmm.
military corporate, you know. So they were just trading the whole star system and beyond. So that may have been this.
Oh my gosh, the Dark Fleet has had their hands in many horrific programs that has involved a lot of human trafficking, has it not?
Yes. Yes, yes, exactly, exactly, exactly,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh. Now, is there a Mars Defense Force or anything that is like that?
The Mars Defense Force, as some super soldiers may have called it, was in fact the secret space programs soldiers defending the Dark Fleet and the Dark programs from the Tiru, the real Martians. So
Uh,
that's I believe that's exactly what it is.
so they were defending the Dark Fleet, not defending Mars.
Oh no, no, no! Nobody was defending Mars.
It was uh,
Nobody was defending Mars. Mars was a stronghold of evil. The Dark Fleet, the Dark Space Program from the US Air Force, the
mhm.
Naboo Greys and their friends. Oh, it was not a place to go.
Okay, that brings some clarity. Okay, so and we talked about the Mars Alliance. Okay, anything else that you want to share with us about Mars before we go on to the next incredible subject, which is the Three Eye Atlas and how you got to fly over it so close to where you felt its frequency? So anything else on Mars?
I just want to make the point because we've been mentioning super soldier and secret space programs that were all dark, all negative, related to Mars. Um, when you abduct somebody without their consent, it's not of the light, it's not of the good people. So anybody who's been abducted into space programs without their consent, it was not from the good guys. So
Wow.
that first.
Yeah.
Then, there are positive space programs, but it is either with the US navies or more widely the Earth Alliance. These are adults. These people are not abducted as children. They are not
Mhm.
abducted. They are offered the opportunity as adults, as professional military. And they say yes or no. That's another story. But if you
Yeah.
were abducted as a child, you were with the bad guys. Whatever illusions they put in your head or fake memories, you were with the bad guys, unfortunately. And everything that happened on Mars, these super soldiers who went there had to fight reptilians and insectoids were fighting good people, indigenous populations.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
Because on
Mhm.
Mars, you had two types of reptilians. You
Mhm.
had the Tiru, the nice indigenous people, but you had also the Sikaar, Alpha Draconians working with the
Yes.
Dark Fleet. These ones were working with the Dark Fleet, with the secret space programs
Mhm.
together. So the super soldiers were fighting on Mars were not attacking Draco reptilians. They were working for them. But the reptilians they were attacking were the good Martians, the populations.
Wow.
Very important.
Yeah. I'm so glad you made this distinction, that the secret space programs, when they abducted, where they abducted the children, were not good. I'm
No.
so glad you said this, because there might be a bit of confusion out there. Like, for instance, with me, I know when I was 2 years old or under, when I was taken to the Black Sea in Romania under a government program, which was never heard of in Romania, that's where I was taken for 12 days on Earth to the Black Sea. But this is where I know I was taken off planet, somewhere in a dark planet. I'm not sure where. But I know that that was definitely a lot of stuff that was evil. It was not a good program. And
No.
when I came back, I was taken off the Black Sea by the good ones to try to repair the damage that was done to me. So I'm so glad you made that distinction. You made it very clear that the secret space programs where children were taken, where there was no agreement, child, they're kidnapping them, it's evil, period. And then there are the other ones where adults are given an opportunity and they choose to go and help. Thank you for making that distinction, because the lines were very blurred and you made it very clear. So thank you for that.
Pleasure.
Okay, now Elena, let's go to Three Eye Atlas. Pick up the story, please, if you don't mind, briefly, of how you were taken. I believe on October the 3rd, you were taken on Mars, where you just described it. And then, was it the same trip that you were taken over Three Eye Atlas? So begin from there.
Yes, Three Atlas was approaching Mars, and I already had remote vision with my contact Thoran, who approached Three Atlas on August 9th, 2025, last year. And he was there with the ship, and I have an implant that allows, that is linked to my nervous system, that also can work on is connected to my optic nerve. So with Thoran, we can exchange visions. He can show me what he sees, and he showed me Three Eye Atlas from up close, very up close from his ship. I saw this oblong, rocky object with a haze around it that was a holographic shield that was shielding its real appearance. And that was the moment Thoran told me what it was. That it was a hollowed rock that was more ancient than this star system, that it wasn't transporting any crew, any biological being, any physical biological beings, but it was conscious.
Mm-hmm.
It was inhabited by a plasmic consciousness that was older than this galaxy.
Wow.
And these beings are embedding these space rocks to have an experience of traveling and visiting star systems and gathering data for them. They are curious. They call themselves the explorers. So that was a fascinating revelation. I was accustomed to these plasmic beings, I even met one once physically, and it was an incredible shock, a wonder. I thought one day if I meet one, it would be in space, because these beings live in space. But sometimes they can anchor to a human, in human, not inhabit the body, because human body is not strong and big enough for that, but they can link. And I met a beautiful man called David Adair at a conference in the States. And he worked in Area 51, where he went into one of these ships that was captured and had this consciousness, and the consciousness linked with him and followed him all his life. And Pitholem is its name, and I had the opportunity to see it. It manifested to me, and I saw it, and I said, suddenly, the whole frequency of the room changed. He was in his wheelchair and talking to me, and I sat in front of him, and suddenly behind him there was this blue plasma haze that was really big and filled most of the room behind him. And I was like, and the air was electric. And he stopped. He was like this. And I said, I see her. She's blue. She's like this. He said, you see her? He said, oh, she's saying hi. She's saying hello to you. Oh my gosh, what an honor. I'd never seen one in my life. So it's one of these beings that is in 3i Atlas. And that's amazing. So that was on in August. And on in October 3rd, I had the opportunity to go and visit it myself up close. This trip from to Mars was, in fact, because, okay, we picked up my friend Jen Han on the way, but because I asked for it, because 3i Atlas was near to Mars, at its nearest point.
Okay.
So it was an occasion, you know. We arrived there with my friend's shuttle, and we stayed always at respectful distance. We were allowed to hover over it, and it connected with us, and it was very beautiful. And it actually connected even more with our friend Jenhan, who's a terraformer. So they wanted really to scan his brain and have an exchange with him, you know. So um, the being teleported him on board, inside and back. And I relate everything on my website, the page Jenhan Martian correspondence. And yeah, it was the being said something to us via Jenhan. Jenhan, when he came back, he was crying, he was shaking, and he said she had it's feminine. She has
It's feminine.
uh, well, so it's non. It doesn't have a gender,
Mm-hmm.
but the energy is very feminine. It's you know, it's sometimes I say, oh, it's a he, but the
Right.
energy at that point it was very feminine, very nurturing. Um, Better to call it it. And he said
Yeah.
she said she has a message, and the message is, I come in peace.
Wow.
And that was on many levels. Was coming in peace, not to harm everybody, just collecting that data and go. It was also bringing peace
Oh
in
wow.
the star system, the vibration of peace. And when he went to its closer point to Earth, a lot of things happened to Earth. A lot of political events start to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The big cleansing of negative political leaders began and is still on at the moment. It was very interesting, and meetings for peace and etc. Bringing also peace in the heart of the people.
Yeah.
And it is now on its way to Jupiter. So I know I'm going to have another shot in March. It will be 58 million kilometers only from Jupiter. So I'm going to go back there. Um, it's not here to harm Earth at all. It's just collecting data. So the phenomenon with this is that it's not here to activate anybody, because these explorers are respecting cosmic law of evolution, which is not
Mm.
interfering in the development of a
Yes.
species. It's very important.
Yes.
They are not here to either activate or either change anything on Earth in good or in bad. It doesn't transport any reptilians. Or I have heard so many BS. It is off charts, and it's not yet out of the star system. It's going on. I've heard things unbelievable. Everybody wants to know something on 3i Atlas, and
Oh.
it's became a circus show. Really, really stupid things. Um, you know. Uh, Anyways, that reveals a lot
Yes.
of humanity that still needs to evolve and heal.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of evolution to do yet.
To happen. Elena, what can you say to people regarding 3i Atlas? Because from what you're sharing, the frequency that's being emitted is so much peace. It's calm. It's like a loving frequency from what I'm feeling and understanding. And what do you encourage people, or do you have something to add for everybody watching as it relates to Three Eye Atlas? Should they
Yes.
connect with it? Should they not? Because I know people are freaking out because some people are saying, what do you mean connect with it? You're connecting with an entity. So I want to bring the pendulum way back at the center. What do you have to say about Three Eye Atlas and people?
When I saw 3 Atlas, it was end of October. Behind the sun, I had this trip with Ea. He showed it to me, recharging of the
Mhm.
gravity field of the sun, the frill, the energy from the scalar gravity waves emitted from the sun that was igniting the ether and also creating plasma. So he was sucking everything in to recharge batteries, kind of,
Yeah.
before going. I saw a magnificent, the the most approaching description I could make with frequency, although it's not it,
Hmm.
was angelic. It was so pure, so beautiful. At that moment, I said, why should I be the only one to experience this? It's not right. I want to share it. It's an opportunity. So I start on my in my on my videos, etc., to say to TikTok, YouTube, to say to people, connect. This is an opportunity. This is a magical moment. Connect in all safety, and you will see. Please share what you see, what you feel. And everybody who has connected has shared their testimonies on my socials and on internet, and all felt the same because this being is probing Earth civilization to learn, but is not interfering. But when there's Earthlings that try to make contact, he welcomes it and it just connects, and that's it. Because it's a step forward in the evolution of humanity to interact with these beings. People all felt an emotion of peace and an extreme spiritual energy. That was unbelievable. They felt uplifted, in contact with a life form they never thought could exist. So ask those who have connected. Now he's going away. It's going away. So it's going to be more and more difficult. But all those who have tried while he was around the sun and near to Earth have had extraordinary experience. You
Can
know.
you, Elena, as you're talking, this thought comes into me to explain, if you could, please, to the viewers, in case there are some, specifically the Christian audience that, is waking up right now, but they're still like a baby, walking, but they're shaking a little bit. You know how a baby, when he or she starts walking, a bit scared. Um, because to them it may sound like, well, you can, what if this thing is an evil entity? What if, and I want you said something a while back when you said you cannot lie, frequency cannot lie. So talk about this, if you don't mind, because again, I want the people that maybe are afraid of this to understand that this is not the angel of light that's pretending to carry light, and it's actually evil. Because you can, frequency does not lie. It's not like words. You can say things and people can lie, whatnot, but frequency is different. Frequency cannot lie. In other words, if you feel love, it cannot be a lie. So go ahead, Elena, and explain that, please.
Many people told that it was evil or going to destroy Earth. Well, now it's going away from Earth. Has anything happened? Has it harmed Earth in any ways? No, no. You know. So that's one proof. At time always, uh, tell the truth from
Yes.
the lies. Um, if it was evil, if it was malevolent, it would have already destroyed us, obliterated us. Period.
Hmm.
Because it is not. It hasn't interfered with us, and it's just going away now, you know. So that's one. Look at the fact. Look at
Yes,
the fact,
absolutely.
you know. This being, now I'm addressing the people who are following the faith of religion.
Yes.
God or source creator, as I call it,
Mhm.
I'm going to call it God, that we speak the same language. God created everything.
Yes.
He created the planets, the galaxies, the stars, the universe, and all life in it. There is no other force who created anything.
That's right.
God created everything, and everything comes from God. When you are told that God created you at his image, well, this is true, but not your bodies. God created everything at his image, means not physical,
Right.
the consciousness, the soul. Our soul, as well as all souls that he created, are his children.
Right.
That means that because he created all the planets, he also created all lives on it.
Yes.
Okay? And all life have developed. The diversity is astounding
Mm.
out there. And every sentient being is a part, a parcel, a fractal of
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Because God puts his consciousness into every each of you. Every soul is a fractal that has shot off the big consciousness of God
Yes.
and that has inhabited matter, planets, people, animals, plants, everything that is sentient, that can maybe not talk especially, but is sentient, is
Yes.
alive and grows and develops, is a part of God and his children. So any extraterrestrial being who come to earth are God's creation. Now, the behavior is something else.
Mm-hmm.
We are all children of God, but we can decide to do good or to do evil.
Yes. Yes.
That's not God acting through us. That's not the devil acting through us. That's us acting
Choice. Yep.
of our own choice, as you say. So there are evil people because they decide to be evil. There are good people because they decide to be good. And that is it.
Mhm.
There are realms in the lower undergrounds of Earth, very low. You have entities such as demonics, and you have also angels on the higher realms of Earth. And everywhere in the universe, each planet, you have different scale of
Yes.
beings, But demons are not people, they're just entities, they're not incarnated. Angels are not people, they are not incarnated. ETs are not angels, ETs are not demons, such
Good.
as people like you.
Hmm.
We cannot be physically a demon. We cannot be physically an angel. We physically are humans,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So there's a difference. People have mistaken extraterrestrial physical beings
Very much.
with angels or demons because they couldn't understand that life existed on another planet. But they were just brothers and sisters. Uh, we have the same parent, the same
Yes.
parent.
Yes.
And the difference is how behavior. So
Yeah.
this being through Atlas, feel the frequency. It will tell you if it's decided to be nice or bad. But that's not down to God. That's not down to the devil. God can influence, please be good. The devil can influence, please
Right.
be bad. But you choose. You just choose who you follow. So here's to the
So,
Christian people.
so good. It's our choice. It's the choice that makes the difference. If we reflect the spark that's in us, or if we reflect the other ones that are trying to get us to do things that are not of the light. So
Yeah.
this is really good, Elena. Um, now, anything else that you want to say about Three Eye Atlas? I want to be very mindful of your time.
No, I pretty much say it.
So people, if they want to connect, I know you said that it's now getting farther and farther away. How should they connect? Do you have any? Go ahead.
I have an app in my phone. I use Star Walk 2, but there are other apps where you put your location and it shows you a map of the stars with all the celestial objects, comets, asteroids, satellites, planets, stars, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And if you type 3i Atlas, it will tell you where it is. So you turn to this direction. I think it's actually in the constellation of Virgo, or it has moved visible. I mean, not inside in the constellation,
Yes.
but visible through Virgo. And maybe it has moved since. Um, but you turn towards this direction and you relax. And it's quantum communication and it involves your heart.
Mhm.
And you think about it and you just think about it a lot with love and connection. You try to speak to it. You really visualize it, however it appears in your head,
Yeah.
in your mind's eye, and you can talk to it. But the best is you can introduce yourself, but the
Mm.
best is then to listen. Not especially words, but listen what you feel, because these beings do not have um, uh, structured language like alphabetical language, like we have.
Yes.
They speak through energy and emotions and visions, bundles of information that they transfer to you. So you can receive images, you can receive uh, sometimes, as I have, it's you receive information that this being has gathered from other star systems and all is travel through space and time, and you can access it, and it's just an exchange, and come what may, everybody has had a connection, everybody who tried.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Elena, for sharing that. And now, because I really want us to get to the next subject, which are the Nordics.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Are you good with that? Are you good?
oh yeah, that's a great topic, thanks for
Okay.
bringing that up.
Yeah, so you guys, we're going to switch now to the Nordics. So, Elena, tell us first and foremost, who are the Nordics?
Okay. Nordic extraterrestrials is a term because they look like Scandinavian Nordic people. Okay. Tall, blonde, blue eyes, clear eyes, fair skin. Okay. The tall whites are something else. They are white and not always humans. But the Nordics are humans. Caucasian humans, usually blonde and clear eyes. Okay.
Mhm.
This name uh, is a name people of Earth have put on all appearance and contact with human looking extraterrestrials. But the universe, the multiverse is infinite,
Yes.
and life is so diverse and profuse, that you cannot tell who you are dealing with.
Yeah.
There are human looking extraterrestrials who have negative agendas,
Yeah.
those
Oh, okay.
others who have good agendas.
Mhm.
For instance, Nordics, you have, I'd say, two main groups: those who interact with Earth or have interacted with Earth. Okay, so we're going to talk about these ones. The positive Nordic beings. The Galactic Federation of Worlds hires a lot of Pleiadian and Alpha Centaurians and other star systems, but mainly is run by Pleiadian people from the Taygeta star system, and especially Hera, and they're all mainly blonde, fair skin. These ones are very positive, and they do not really interact a lot with Earth. They respect the Prime Directive.
Okay.
The I mean civilians. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Among the Federation, you have another type of positive Nordics, which are the Alpha Centaurian Silosi. more human looking, because the Era Hill Pleiadians have high cheekbones, bigger eyes. You can see there's something weird with them. But the Alpha Centaurians, you cannot tell. So the Alpha Centaurians, as part of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, have been working since the early 1950s with the US Navy to build a defense program such as Solar Warden and exchange technology in secret. Okay. These look like humans. You couldn't tell the difference.
Okay.
And you have also the Ummite, who are from the Virgo constellation. They are tall, blonde with high forehead. So these are only interacting with special groups of humans sometimes to exchange science, you know.
Okay.
These are the good ones. Then you have the ones with negative agendas, and you cannot tell the difference.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sorry. In the good ones, I forget you have people from Tau Ceti and Epsilon Eridani as well. Anyways,
Okay.
let's go to the bad ones.
Yes.
And that's the danger because you have two groups, the extraterrestrials and the non extraterrestrials.
Okay.
Let's go to the extraterrestrials.
Mm-hmm.
Aldebaran, headquarters of the Dark Fleet, tall blonde people.
Mm-hmm.
Altair, tall blonde people.
Mm.
And Alcyone, tall blonde people with also Caucasian, different colors of hair and eyes, but Caucasian still. So let's go to Altair and Alcyone. These two star systems have long been involved very deeply with the Orion Grays and the
Mm.
Dark Fleet.
Wow.
Okay. They have been working with secret space programs on Earth with the Fourth Reich Nazi of Antarctica. They've been providing material. Okay, the main providers were the Sicard Draco reptilians, but the Alcyone people especially have provided a lot of spaceships and weaponry to these bad people in Antarctica.
Yeah.
They are involved in secret space programs, and especially some. The U.S. Air Force is not a bad institution. Is the defense? The United States is very good, honorable military institution, but there are sections in that organization that unfortunately has made agreements with extraterrestrials. So everything is very compartmentalized in the
Yeah.
military. Oh, as above, so below. In the Federation, it's the same.
Yeah.
Um, so that's when it comes to Nordics, you have these two types. Oh, also the Nordics. um, oh, also they were the angel thing as well. Sometimes they
That's
were
what I was
taken.
gonna ask. Are the Nordics the ones that people confuse as angels, as being angels?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, angels cannot incarnate. At the time, the biblical times, they didn't know the notion of
Sure.
extraterrestrials, so they were tall, blonde people. The people were shorter at the time, so the ETs were looking even bigger.
Yeah.
So it's angels. No, it wasn't. Now there were two factions. So, anyways,
Mm-hmm.
easy to manipulate people when people don't know. So that was for the bad extraterrestrial Nordic people. Now we have also in the negative agendas Nordic extraterrestrials made on Earth. What is that?
Yes.
These are hybrids that have been made with abducted humans
Ah.
and greys or reptilians. And you can do whatever you want with genetics. You can make somebody look like a lot like human. Look at, for an example, in people, you are yourself. Okay, I'm going to employ the term a hybrid between your mother and your father,
Right.
kind of.
Exactly. Yeah, of course.
Um,
Yes.
but you're going to look like sometimes the spitting image of your mother or the
Right.
spitting image of your father.
Right.
That's how genetic works, and you can do the same with real hybrids.
Yes.
So mainly reptilians, mainly reptilian human hybrids. So these Nordics would pass themselves for extraterrestrials and be involved in abductions, secret space programs, and you wouldn't know if they are good or bad because they would, of course, lie to you. I'm a Pleiadian. I come
Ah,
from Venus. I come from the Pleiades. I come from this or that. Oh, and then you have the famous alien love bite that I describe. It's making women fall in love and manipulate them to pass disinformation. That happens.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, yeah. So that's really the main line of the Nordics problem. You never know
What?
who you're dealing with.
Okay. So what are they, the Nordic, the good ones? What are they involved in helping humanity, or are they?
They are the Galactic Federation of Worlds, and they're working with the Earth Alliance, which is an alliance between the military of the Galactic Federation of Worlds and the Earth military, mainly the US Navy, mainly other military organizations as well, white hats. They are involved in scientific exchange programs, but there are something that you can really tell them apart from the negative Nordic looking humans is that the good people from the Federation, the good Nordics from the Federation,
Mhm.
they do not perform abductions.
Okay. Yeah.
See the actions. And you always say, look at the fruits.
Fruits.
That's it. They respect the Prime Directive and they do nothing without the consent of people. That's it.
So that's a huge marker for us to look at, that they do not abduct people.
No.
Yeah, very important. Um, wow. Anything else that you would like to share about the Nordics? And then we'll go really fast. I think we're gonna take, Elena, are you okay if we take about 6 or so questions? I don't want to keep you too
Of
long.
course, of course, of course.
Okay.
No, I've written an article, a detailed article on my website
Perfect.
about the Nordics and tall whites. So I invite people if they want to know more, so we can put the
Perfect.
questions.
Perfect. And we will have, and we already have, but we will continue to put Elena's links, how you can find all her articles, her website, the books. I encourage you to get her books. I love, love, love her books. And the first one was incredibly beneficial for me because I got to learn things that I didn't know, and it did trigger some of my memories. Your books, actually, Elena, did trigger some of my memories. So it was very highly beneficial, and I want to thank you for that. Okay, so Karen, let's put up some questions, please. Wasn't Thorhan's son doing geoengineering to repair planets and Mars? Would Mars be one? I keep watching to see improvements of atmosphere on Mars and wonder about Earth's mess repair in the future. So go ahead.
So it's Thoran younger brother,
Yes.
not son. Um, Mars, it's different from Earth. Mars has already is already an interstellar civilization. The Tiru and the insectoids were already born from an interstellar civilization. Earth hasn't yet reached the stage, and the Prime Directive applies on Earth as it doesn't apply anymore on Mars. Okay, that's the difference. Why Mars is being terraformed and Earth is not helped terraformed. Okay, now changing something in the atmosphere of Earth to repair the damage to the atmosphere that's been done by the deep state, it's not that easy. I don't know. You probably heard about the butterfly effect. You change a slight little thing. There's so many people on Earth, so many cultures feeding humanity, so many factors that you cannot change anything. You need to help progressively change the problem from the inside. Stop weather engineering first.
Mhm.
Stop pollution. But all of this is performed by the deep state. So the problem on Earth with the environment is not to treat the environment directly. It will be done, but you can't heal something that still wounded, keeps being wounded. It's a waste of time. You need to stop the hand that wounds the planet, and that's what's going on first.
Yeah, it's like putting bandage on a wound, but if that wound is there, it's still gonna fester. So treat,
Yeah.
yeah, treat the yes, 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 yes. Okay. I wish to know if there is any plants or trees in Mars already, on Mars already.
I haven't had the opportunity to see plants or trees outside myself or via visual communication with Jen Han. But I've been described that the patches of green are grass and little shrubs. But I haven't seen them. But I've seen the inside of biodomes. It's like tropical greenhouses. It's incredible, and all these species of plants are going to be slowly implemented on Mars. They have taken fossilized seeds and remains of fossilized plants from before, and also the Tiru have kept a lot of their vegetation underground and vegetables and everything. They're carnivorous, but they also eat green, I have to say. And all of this is being reproduced. That's going to be
That's
great.
marvelous. Thank you for that. Okay, let's see. Can Princia take us all to Mars?
Oh, I know this girl, Yelena. I love you, Yelena. Uh, um, the shuttle wouldn't be big enough, but soon there would be shuttles from Earth going to Mars. We are waiting for SpaceX to, facilitate this. So you never know.
We're hopeful. We're hopeful. Um, who are the Dark Fleet?
The Dark Fleet are the Fourth Reich. I'm not going to say too much for your channel. And a from
Yeah.
uh, the bad German people, unfortunately. The Fourth Reich, that should tell you who they are. After the Second World War, there's been the Operation Paperclip, or where most of these people, scientists, migrate to the States, but also there was a huge, massive migration of all the admirals and generals to Antarctica, where they were welcomed by Draco reptilians or Sikaar, who were living there, had a base there, and already the Sikaar had given these people technology. That's where you get the Haunebu, etc. This technology was given from, and that's when we go back to Aldebaran, a faction of reptilian humans from Aldebaran. Who were these reptilian humans? They were a strand of Anunnaki living in the Aldebaran star system. The Anunnaki, the Anahim, are a compound of different cultures, like the Galactic Federation of World is. You have humans, you have reptilians, you have other species, okay. But one bad faction linked with Enlil, for those who know this part of the history, was there and working with the Sikaar reptilians, were like this with the Sikaar reptilians, like brothers. So this technology was given from Aldebaran by these people working with the Sikaar, the Draco reptilians. And these technologies, these Honobu ships, were assets of this Fourth Reich. Then they settled in Antarctica. They developed there. They soared into space very quickly. It became a power in space, and that's when they called themselves the Dark Fleet, the Nachtwaffen. Okay, that's who they are.
Wow. Perfect explanation, Elena. That's really good. Okay. Elena, our med beds, put my glasses on. Okay. Are med beds that reiterates the genetic makeup to extend life and repair body injuries real? Are they? If so, are they available Mars, ET, Galactic Federation of World Planets, or on other Galactic Federation of World Planets? I think that's what she's saying. So the med beds that regenerate genetic makeup to extend life, are they real? Those med beds?
There are different, yes, there are different types of med beds. What the med bed will do is to repair on different ways. You have a genetic repairing bonds that are broken, genes that are broken, the hydrogen bonds are broken, or some parts of your DNA is altered or damaged. And it can do that at the genetic level. And it can also repair wounds, repair. That means what means repair? Pair again what has been disconnected. That's what a wound is. And also some work with sound frequencies, some work with crystals, some work with mainly, most of them, holographic technology. That's technology, I'm not going into much in details, but it's to imprint on the blueprint of the damaged body a healthier version of the part to heal. And all things in the universe tends towards perfection. So it's going, the dissonant thing is going to merge into the resonance thing, and you're going to heal. So medbeds can do a lot. They cannot work on consciousness. I've had some questions before, so I want to mention it. Only
Just
on physical bodies.
Are they available on Galactic Federation of World Planets?
In our star system, they are on the moon. The moon has become a medical hub, and on some two orbital spaceships of the Federation, one on orbit of Earth and one on orbit of Moon. They are being slowly implemented on Earth. The deep state is still there, so these medbeds cannot really come out, but the good faction of the military has them to treat the veterans and the wounded soldiers slowly. And then it will come. The children who have been rescued as well are treated in these medbeds. That's first priority.
And that is an amazing priority. Very needed priority. Thank you for answering that. Just a few more. Elena, can you use portals, old building, race, stargates to visit other planets in the solar system? Like, can you go to Guymed or other humanoid colonies on the other planets?
Yes, it's called jump gates. Jump gates are different types of portals. Let's talk about the small range jump doors. They're literally called jump portals or jump doors. It's teleportation devices to short range. You can be teleported to until the orbit of Mars. It still works. So on board a spaceship in the orbit of Earth, on the Moon, on Mars. These are long-range teleportation devices, teleports you physically.
Yes.
It doesn't go further than Mars, because then the teleportation is more tricky. Like you cannot teleport, for instance, on a planet of Alpha Centauri. The range, the entanglement is too far. It doesn't work. You have then to use technology, spaceships. Now, when spaceships want to go further than the orbit of Mars, for instance, and you want to use a teleportation way, that's the big cargoes. I went to the center of the galaxies in one of these cargoes. You are going to use star gates. These star gates, so it's teleportation doors. Some can be artificial, some can be natural. And those who are natural occur in a special configuration of gravitational fields. Like, for instance, there's one behind Jupiter, entangled to Jupiter's gravitational field. So they are jump facilities. of these jump door stargates, sorry, some of these stargates are directly entangled to a very particular other spot in the universe, so you can go only there. But others, you can broadcast a frequency key with a location, and it will teleport you to this location. You know, and you can create them also artificially, and it's the same system. So it's not like in the movie Stargate, like a flat round blue. It's still this blue fluid, superfluid, which is an vorticial fluid, but it's spherical. It's like blue bubbly shiny
Yes.
spherical that actually start to shine when you broadcast a frequency into it. You activate the particles.
Yes. It's interesting because I've had an experience, Elena. In 2013, I went through one of those and I ended up anyway. So when you describe it, I'm like, I know exactly that bluish plasmic field.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
remarkable. So yes, love it, love it. Okay, two more questions. Just asking, do Asians have ancestral links to the mantis aliens?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Of course, the mantids, the Akara mantids, who come from the galaxy Sombrero, who have been working also with the Greys into abductions, but they are insectoids, so they may have help hybridization, but not put their genetics in it because they are insectoids and it's not compatible with humans. Really, already Greys is difficult, so they have uh, physical procedures for that, but insectoid is absolutely not compatible. So there's no race on Earth, human race, that has insectoid genetics.
Good. Okay. Uh, do human Sikar hybrids have a pineal gland?
So
A
that's very
gland.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yes, they have because they are humans. If the body is human, the pineal gland is there because the pineal gland is a naturally part of a human body. We all have one. All, even not only humans. There are many other races who have one. Interestingly, the reptilians do not have one. Neither the greys. So when you have a hybrid human reptilian, and that's when the genetics comes in. If the body resemble more of to reptilian, it will have like a reptilian body. But if it resembles more to human, it may have a pineal gland into the making. Now, can it be activated? That's another story. Because of the reptilian genetics, it may block it. So it may just be like a ghost, a gland that's just there but useless.
Wow. Very fascinating. Well, Elena, thank you. I'm keeping in mind that you are 6 hours. We are 6 hours difference, and it's late already where you are. So thank you so much for being here. Elena, do you have any final words that you want to leave our beautiful audience with before we let you go?
Well, I encourage everyone to come to Nashville in October 2026 because Corina has been working so hard, very brave to make this conference happen. And it's not going to be like any other conferences. We're going to shake the building. We're going to bring shattering truth. The people who are going to speak there bring shattering truth. But it's, I've always hoped Corina would do again conferences and public talks about what she knows best, um, awakening the Christian communities to who they really are and to what their true connection with God is. And that's also my mission, not especially for the Christian communities, but for humanity in general. And um, we've decided to ally our two fields of expertise, my field of expertise with extraterrestrials and human consciousness,
Yes.
and Corina's expertise with the ancient scriptures and the knowledge of Christian history. So I think, and also the archaeological data. So I think we complete each other in this mission. That's why I hoped Corina would one day make the step to go back into public speaking and organize a conference where we could now bring this new piece of the puzzle, which is the extraterrestrial dimension of the equation with all the physics and science of consciousness. Who are you? What is consciousness? What is God? How are you entangled to God? How, why do you don't need religion in churches? That's very hard to hear that. But we want to bring you back your sovereignty,
Yes.
your we want you to put that crown back and sit on that throne again, because that's who you are, and we are bringing that to you. So come and be part of it. And Corina has invite also other guest speakers who are going to bring other pieces of that puzzle, and these pieces of the puzzle are as important as ours. And I really, really encourage you. Corina did her best to organize. Yes, it's not free because she has to pay. Sorry, Corina, I'm going to talk about that. She has to pay the venue, which is not cheap. Okay, security, electricity. I don't know. I don't know everything you have to pay, but she has to pay a lot. And it's when she got the bill, she went like. So I tell you, has done her best effort to put she's barely making any profit. I would say barely nothing. And so we accept to have our expenses covered, and we're not making any money for that from that. So we're not making money from the speakers either. So it's a family thing we organize for you, and we've done our best. So please come. And it's also about the gathering.
Yeah.
There's going to be an ABBA Cosmic Space no, not ABBA. ABBA is the other conference. Sorry, I mix up. ABBA is in Sweden. Oh my gosh, so many conferences. No, there's going to be something as cool as that. There's going to be a cowboy and alien space disco party.
Yeah.
And I have already my
Oh my
outfit.
God.
So we're going to have
We are.
some fun, and it's all included. And
Yes.
please come. And Nashville, I love Nashville. It's so much fun. So thank you, Corina, for organizing this.
Thank
And
you.
please come. And if you buy your ticket early in advance, it will help Corina to pay the bill.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you, Elena. I'm so, so happy that you came here and you shared your wisdom and your knowledge and this powerful truth with all of us, with our beautiful audience. For those that they saw you for the first time, and those that have seen you throughout the years and were blessed by the information you have been given for years now through your books, your articles, your TV channel, your website, and the conferences that you've done. So I thank you so, so, so much for that. Now, for all of you, I do want to say I believe that this summit will be incredible. It will change your life, because every time you hear truth, we have a choice to either engage with that truth. And listen to me, only truth will set you free.
Yes.
Truth will set you free, because truth will corrupt the illusion and the imprisonment that we all have been programmed with and bound in. So at the summit, the Disclosure Summit, truth is going to be spoken and awakened inside of you. That voice, that powerhouse that maybe has been covered up by trauma, by fear, by control, by religion, by whatever it was covered up by, whatever bound you and me in. Truth is going to come and set you free. So I encourage you to come. Now, besides that, I want to leave you guys with this. Like I said at the beginning, we are in a season of disclosure. We are in a season of the apocalypse, which is disclosure again. And the most important thing that I want to encourage all of us to engage with is discernment. Discernment is the key for this time and season, because there's so much going out there in this endeavor for disclosure. There's so much information out there, and some information can help, obviously, and some information is twisted and it can do more damage. So it's so important, and I've been speaking about this for years, that discernment is the number one thing that we all need to engage in. Because let me tell you something. If our foundation is not built on truth, and we build on that foundation that is based on lies, whatever you build will eventually crumble. So that is why it's high time, you guys, we engage in discernment and walk our quest for truth. Because truth, like I said, is the only thing that will set you free. But let me tell you something. Before it sets you free, it's going to shake everything that must be shaken. We are in a time and in a season where everything that needs to fall will be shaken until it falls. Because you guys, it is time for us to step up into the truth of who we are. We are now victims. We are not victims. We are not weak. It's time for us to get up off our knees. And like Elena said, put the crown back on, sit on your throne of authority, because there is so much power in you. Jesus himself said that infinity is within you. It's not out there in the sky. It's inside of you. It's inside of me. There is such power that is wrapped within us, into the layers of who we are, into the DNA, into the fabric of our existence. And it's important, you guys, that you remember that. It's important that you take back your sovereignty. It's important that you remember everything that makes you who you are. You do not need men to tell you who you are. And I'm not saying that we don't have teachers. It's amazing. I'm not saying that it's not good to learn, because we should all be in a process of learning. I'm sorry, I have not arrived. I love learning. I'm a teacher, but I'm a student, and I love sitting and learning. What I'm saying is, do not let anyone dictate who you are and what you know inside of you when you are awakening that you're being told to do. Because it's nobody's job. And let me say this, and I'm sorry I'm preaching. I'm trying not to, but it's the preacher in me, okay?
Please.
Oh, because you guys, listen to me. It's so important to realize that there's not per se a savior that's going to save you or me. That power of infinity is already in you. You are the one that has to choose to walk out of the imprisonment, to walk out of the trauma, to walk out of the bondage, to take the cuffs off of your hand. You have that power within you. That's why I understand when Elena said, nobody's going to come save you. No. Even Jesus said it so clear and beautiful. It's within you. Stop looking outside for the help. Because when you look on the outside for the help, it says to you and to the universe, the multiverse, oh, I'm weak. I can't do it. I can't. Yes, you can. Because the power of infinity is within you. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you have the power and everything you need inside of you to walk up, to walk out, and to walk the fullness of your blueprint and of your mandates. Now, are there other cosmic family and angels that are there? Of course, but they will never do it for you. Jesus will never do it for you. What they can come and do is come and assist you in your walking into your freedom. And I'm going to end with this. I had a dream many years ago, a dream, which I believe, and I know that I was on assignment, because I was very much working to help rescue children. So in this dream, I remember going to this huge mansion, and there were a lot of men in black, and they have stolen a lot of children, thousands upon thousands of children locked in cages and in rooms. And so I knew that I wanted to go. My job, I decided it was my part of my mission to go rescue them. So it was so interesting because it was dark and I took all these children. It was dark outside and there were woods. And all of a sudden, my arms became like wings. And all these children, I gathered up as many children as I could. And I knew I was going to make trips, go back and forth to take them to safety. And I would go back and take them to safety. So all of a sudden, I had all these children under my wings and I started flying low to the ground. And I was flying, and all of a sudden behind me, I saw a swarm, a black swarm of darkness. And they were flying to catch me, to try to stop me and to take the children back. And you guys hear me. I was flying as fast as I could. And I was looking, making sure I'm not losing any of the children. But I was getting overcome because I can feel the wind and I can feel the energy, the dark energy coming to catch up with me. And I was doing the best that I could. And all of a sudden I said, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I heard, yes, you can. And when I heard that, I looked to my right and to my left, and two huge beings, one on my right, one on my left. They grabbed my wings. And all of a sudden we engaged in like light speed, like quantum light speed. And I said, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. And I was told, Elena, oh, we're not doing it. You are the one that's doing it. We just came to amplify. We just came in agreement with what you're doing. So you guys, why am I telling you this? I'm saying you want, because there is a cry inside of you, I know, that says, I was created for more than this. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being a victim, of allowing the trauma of yesterday to affect who I am today and my future. So what I'm telling you is, my beautiful, beautiful audience, everything you need to walk your freedom, to walk your healing, to walk your blueprint is inside of you. As you put action to your desire, let me tell you something, you are going to walk it out. And because you are co-creator, whatever you need to kind of amplify what you are already doing is right there. But they're not waiting for us. They're not doing it for us. They're waiting for us to do our part. So with all that being said, I bless you. I speak life over you. I speak strength over you. I speak remembrance over you. I speak healing over you. And I'm going to leave you with this. Remember who you are. Everything you need, infinity itself, and all that power is within here. Go within and walk out your freedom with discernment and truth. We love you guys. Come to Nashville and see us. Until next time. Bye-bye.